Good afternoon. This is Robert Marr from the Law Office of Robert Marr. I wanted to talk to you today for a few minutes about estate planning so that if you have some general questions that this video will maybe fill in some of the blanks for you and give you some food for thought, so to speak. Estate planning is simply putting your affairs in order. Essentially coming up with a plan and a set of documents that let your family members and your loved ones know what you want at the end of life. It means that if you have assets, if you have a home, if you have children, you want to be clear to your loved ones about how those matters should be dealt with. Let's suppose you have children and sadly you go out to dinner tonight with a friend or a spouse and you're hit by a bus. Can't be any more blunt than that. Suppose you have two children at home. What happens? What does the babysitter do? Who do they call? Where do the kids go? Dealing with these kinds of questions may be really uncomfortable, but dealing with them will give you the peace of mind that you need to feel comfortable that if you go out or you go on a trip, or that if something happens to you, you know that your kids will be taken care of. You will know where they are, and the family members or friends or loved ones who will become responsible for them know that. That's one part of an estate plan, and naming guardians for children. Another part is having an executor, somebody who can carry out the dictates of your will. That is estate planning right there, determining or directing where assets or where parts of your estate will go. It's expensive to raise kids in New York City and anywhere for that matter. So if there are assets that are left in trust for the kids, then a trustee can pay for their health, education, and welfare until they reach an age that you designate, or rent to pay, or a mortgage to pay. Who takes care of all these things if you're not able to? If it's not clear what you want at the end of life, it becomes a burden or a challenge or tremendous creator of anxiety, fear, and upset if people don't know what you want or don't want. It can also be costly. If you're kept alive on a life support and really that's not something that you wanted, that's going to cost you financially, and it's going to cost your family members emotionally and perhaps financially themselves. Having a healthcare agent and having what's called a living will, that is explaining what you want or don't want at the end of life, is estate planning. You're preparing a plan that should be carried out by people that you've named to carry out the plan. It involves your lawyer, potentially your financial advisor or planner, perhaps your accountant, maybe your employer. Any place where you can name a person to take on some role in your plan helps dictate how your estate planning works.